Y'all ready to see some more sanding? You know you are. Let's do it. All right, so back down here, another late night. I haven't been down here on this thing in almost 2 weeks. I've been, work's been a nightmare. Been busy at work, after work, you name it. It's been a lot of work. But fella's really looking forward to getting this back home. We still got to clean up our bezel. Need to wash our CRT up. Man, we got to get back on this thing. It's starting to fill back up with dust before we can even get it done. I got spider webs growing on it. All right, so what I think we're going to do, see if I can get these pieces in the sides up here. And these are our stops that our bezel goes up against. They got some severely oversized screws in on them. I don't really like that, so I don't think we're going to use those. I'm going to glue and clamp these and then have a few nails, brads in there if I can get the thickness right, because that's just too beautiful. I don't want to shoot a nail through this and out the other side. That'd be bad, very bad. Come here. There we go. I've got a big piece of black poster board that I'm going to try to lay over this and cut this out, frame the CRT a little bit, cover that up. Maybe some double-sided tape. Originally was some double-sided tape strips going around this to kind of hold it in place, and then they stapled it across the top. Getting down to the basic stuff, might be time to make a little list of what we need to do. Probably we don't skip anything, right? Alright, I'm just going to get the good old antibacterial mean green because, you know, while we're wiping up the dirt, let's kill some germs too. And plus, it just smells better. You got the lemons in it. Yeah, that was bothering me. Alright, so we still got some cleaning we got to do on this. It's got some scuffs and some scratches. What I'm going to do is, before we get too far with this, I'm going to go ahead and put it in here kind of as a template. You know, try to work on things, and some people just think that's a good place to stack their stuff. The good news is the tractor is out of the shop. We got the shop back for now. Never know how long. But as soon as we get this done, we're going to start getting on our other projects. Because this restoration is, guys, it's been time consuming. I just thought it was a regular pencil. It's a color pencil. It's all right. It's going to work just as well. Oh, all right. Get a little stubborn there. There we go. I think I have another DK bezel somewhere. I don't know where. I still think this one's in better shape. So we're going to give that a good cleaning and see how she turns out. All right. Get our glue standing by. I really feel like I got a good angle in here. A little bit better? Yes. Get our squeezy clamps here. All right. Kind of didn't think that through. That moment when you realize you messed up, and I have. I don't have a clamp deep enough to get that get down on that. All right, that'll hold that. Get down there to yeah, I have made a miscalculation there, guys. We're going to have to pull up something here. So, remember all that talk about not using any screws? Well, perfect. We didn't make a mess like the last guy did. Because this is only almost 3/8 thick, so I ain't got a lot to. Well, no, it's. I'm sorry. It's over. Yeah, it's around 9/16 inches thick. So, not a lot to screw into when I put a screw into it. So I got to be very, very careful. Very careful. All right. This will also make it easier to take the bezel in and out, because every time I'd lift it up, it was wanting to fall into the cabinet. Now these aren't really load bearing. The glue, the screws should be more than enough to hold this in place. All right. Now, I'm actually not in a big hurry about putting this bezel on, because I'm still going to have to take it off again. When I go to do this side arc, there's bolts for the monitor bracket that go through the side arc. So I got to pull those bolts out, put the side arc on, and then put the bolts back in. Plus, I still have other holes I have to drill that I haven't drilled yet, because I still have to. They have to go through the side arc as well. There's actually a couple of bolts that go in the side here. They absolutely don't go to anything. I'm going to check with Corey, the guy that this is for, and see if he even wants to put them in there. I can leave them out. It's less holes we got to drill, and we're just going to put those holes right in brand new artwork. So let's try not to do that. All right. Kind of beat up on this corner. Plus we got some stuff here. It's never anything easy, is it? We're going to put new T-mold in here. Still got that old stuff stuck in there. It needs to come out. Probably just run a router down that and clean that. But we're still going to have to sand this. So, as much as I was trying to avoid it. Yep, we're going to pull it up also. And I really hate doing this because, I'm trying to get, I was hoping we were going back together, not taking more stuff apart. Get all that loose. Now it's time for the dreaded itty bitty socket and ratchet that we gotta have. Wow, these go from light blue to blue to dark blue, and that Sharpie is garbage. You get no second chances, Sharpie. Straight to the trash with you. Ah. Found it. Okay, so we got light blue, blue, and dark blue. I'm gonna try to set this harness over and maybe it not get disturbed. Maybe. We're gonna hope. Not very fond of this joystick. A lot of rust on it. Okay. It's interesting. They got the screws staked in. Look like look like they're welded in, so they don't come out the other side. That's good. All right, we're gonna sand this down, freshen it up, and maybe throw a coat of paint on it. Y'all ready to see some more sanding? You know you are. Let's do it. Well, guys, it doesn't look like... I was just fixing to give up because I couldn't find my sander, and now I just looked over and there it is. Oops. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock at night. I don't think neighbors are going to appreciate me out here running the sander this time of night. Even though I do live out in the country, I do have neighbors. So we'll go ahead and knock this off and hit it again tomorrow. I suppose what we could do is see about cleaning this up and see how well it's going to turn out. Notice that there's a little bit of black overspray here. Not mine. Previous guy that worked on this put on there. Let's see if we can clean this up and get it looking a little bit better. I got to take this little metal piece here off the bottom. There we go. There. Take a little piece of trim off. We can clean that up and repaint him so he's nice and pretty. I just want you guys to look. I mean, how many chairs do I really need in here? If you're wondering what I keep moving around, this is chairs. All right, welcome back. Camera overheated again, so threw another popsicle on top of it. Hopefully that'll help it cool down. What, you thought these things were for the kids? No, they're to help keep my camera cool. That'll do. Since we can't sand, we're gonna scrub. So, first thing we're going to do is we're not going to break another control panel overlay. We are going to get our main grain here. And spray that on there. Let it soak in some. Loosen up some of that crap on there. Hopefully not take the artwork off. You can see that, guys, but that black overspray came right off. bad scratch over here in this corner that I noticed. We're going to try to use as much of this as we can. They do make reproductions, but we're going to try to see how far we can get on the original stuff. Because if we just bought all new stuff, what would be the fun in that? Wouldn't be nothing left to do but put it together. Which I guess puzzles are still entertaining, but... Well, we definitely took a lot of dirt and grime off of it. That's right, folks. Don't let me in your kitchen. I'll make one hell of a mess. Oh, about to lose our popsicle stack there, ain't we? I'm not wiping hard with this. I'm just trying to pad up the water. I don't want to scratch that up anymore. It already is. Right. Now, I'm going to use this microfiber cloth here to dry it down. Man, I am seeing right here a bad fog spot right in the center here. Like this overlay laid on top of the screen, beating down the road for a while before it got where it was going. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the back side first, and then I'll flip it over and do the front. I've got a little bit of sticky right there, like some tape or something. Gotta take that off first. Determine what to take that off with. It's not gonna melt that plastic. Alright, we're gonna hit it with the WD-40 first. Let's see if that takes it off. That's the strongest I've got right now. I've got acetone and other things, but I don't want anything that's gonna melt this plastic. I'll get some, I believe it's Goo Gone tomorrow, and that way we ain't gotta worry about damaging our plastic. Oh, I know what would work. But I don't think I got it down here. I've got some naphtha at the house. Ooh, yeah, I'm scratching worse right there. Just picking at it. Just my fingernail sitting there trying to pick that sticky off. I have scratched it. You gotta really watch out for that stuff. I already know I'm doing this wrong. I'm trying to do too much at once. I should have worked on a small area a little bit at a time instead of trying to do the whole dang thing at the same time. It's alright, if this turns out too bad, I can just leave it off camera. Nobody's got to know about it. Alright, I can see an improvement. but it's also making the imperfections stand out even more. Try to take my time, a little bit more time this time. Let's just do this quarter section, quarter corner up here. And I know maybe I'm making this worse than I am better, but even if I screw this up, guys, they make repros. We can replace it. But if we could save it, that's that much better. So I ain't gonna learn any of this without trying and breaking a few eggs first. Right here is where it's really scratched up. Now I've got, this is stage 2, and I've got stage 3. All right, had to change batteries, but I was nearly finished, so I wanted to go ahead and finish that before it dried. But what I was gonna say is, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a big X scratched into it right here. Let's see if I can get you in a little bit closer here. Oh, yeah, right there where that light's at. You can see I got a big X scored into it right here that somebody did. Somebody left a nice little cigarette burn on Mario's behind right here. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It is original, but it's still in pretty good shape. So, and honestly, this was a lot harder to see before I polished it up, and it is noticeably a lot better. I do have, this is fine 2 scratch remover. I do have the coarse scratch remover which is number 3. But last time I used that on something that was clear, it hazed it, and as much number 2 as I used, and then the number 1, which is basically just a glass cleaner, as much as I used, I could not get rid of the haze, and I ended up replacing the piece. I'm not even going to take a chance. We're going to let this go as it is. You know, if we're not happy with it, maybe we'll come back with some number 3, or maybe we might just order a new bezel. So this one has a lot of love. I'd hate to see it go to waste. Is that supposed to be a wink? Is that a wink, or does she have pink eye? Huh. All right, we're going to pull our clamps off here. Watch out there. All right. Okay. You can still see the damage there, but really, I wanted to test fit it with the boards in there. We still got our trim piece that's going to go on the bottom, and I may put a little foam strip down here in the bottom just to help cushion it, prevent any rattling down the road. So, all right. Well, hopefully tomorrow night, we'll get down here and get some sanding done, get to work on that control panel. Oh, I forgot I had this one. We could have just put that in there. You know, little Donkey Kong 3 action. So, I did notice though that on this bezel, we don't have our Donkey Kong game authorized by Nintendo America sticker, which I don't think was on here actually. I could be wrong there. I think this come with the kit and was slapped on after it was installed in the cabinet, because this was a kit, it wasn't an original cabinet. And I'm not sure which one of these I want to keep. You know, do I want to keep? I mean, this is like a nice doctor's office chair. Look, it's got all these different attachments, things. All this stuff moves around. The back tilts. It's got lift. It's got. I say it's got the lift. Obviously, I don't know how to lift it. But hey, I don't know how to lift it. No problem. It's got the instructions right here. I could pull out the instructions and read here how to operate the seat. It's got a built-in manual. Okay. Oh, there it is. There's the lift. Up and down. Dude, this thing's got like 5 levers on it. Oh, there we go. We got that one figured out. It's got, you can slide it forward. Oh, there we go. It leans back. That's what that is. Anyway, you got this really nice, fancy doctor's office chair in here that's really comfy. But then you have the old vintage chair, office chair here, old steel one. That's been repainted once, painted to match the desk. I mean, obviously this one's going to outlive that one, so I mean, you let one go. I don't know, anybody want to take a pic? Anybody want to like do a vote? Let me know which one of these I should keep and which one I should get rid of. The hardcore steel office chair here, or the nice cushy doctor's office chair. Doctor's chair, which apparently all the levers is just about quit working on it. You need to slide that thing. Yeah, I guess the lift don't work anymore. But one of them's got to go.